Hello everyone at The Voice Asian. My name is Alexander Nderitu, and I'm the author of more than 10 books spanning fiction, non-fiction, and stage plays. Today I'll be talking to you about my latest collection of short stories titled A Body Made for Sin. This book contains 10 short stories themed on crime. The most important thing to note is that each story was actually inspired by an actual event, whether it was a terrorism attack, and we've had several of those in the past few years, an unsolved murder mystery, or in one case, environmental conservation, as was done by Wangari Maathai, uh, which led to her eventually winning the Nobel Prize for Peace. All that is contained in here. Also contained in here are two espionage stories, stories about spies. In one case, the spy doesn't even have a name. Ever since I was a child, I loved espionage. The espionage slash thriller genre was always my favorite. I am glad that this book has already received some glowing reviews, especially for the spy stories. The book itself is about 222 pages and contains maps and, and photographs. This is just to make it more accessible to a worldwide audience. People who may not be familiar with the particular places in which these stories are set. I wanted to draw them in. Wanted them to understand the story, the background, the culture, and so forth. Indeed, it has always been my aim ever since I became a writer to both educate and entertain. In this story, there are a lot of amusing situations. There is some humor. There are dark situations. One story, for example, deals with the aftermath of tribal conflict in Kenya, which was a very dark time for us. It was the worst conflict since our struggle from for freedom from the British. But all in all, they're designed to be entertaining. There is in this book one bonus article which deals with African and Asian women going to the Gulf states looking for work and ending up in very bad situations, essentially being trafficked um, and being turned into basically modern day slaves. So that was a topic that was very big in the local media, and so I decided to fictionalize it. I find it easier to deal with things in the fictional realm because in the fictional realm, things have to make sense and things can make sense. In the real world, not so much. This book is available worldwide via Amazon.com, both as a soft copy, for Kindle, and as a paperback, like the one I'm holding up right now. I hope it will find a large audience outside of Africa, and I hope that it will enlighten people who have never visited this part of the country. It is notable that as I was working on this book, artificial intelligence had become a hot topic around the world. Some people were even using AI to write or edit literature, which is quite alarming for some of us. Well, I would never dream of using an AI tool to help me write or edit anything. I will confess that I used one to help come up with to help design the cover. That lady over there is AI generated. It was an experiment, and I will wait to see what other people say, and that will guide me as to whether I will bother with AI even for design work as we march into the future. This work is my second collection of short stories. In my opinion, short stories are good not just for the reader, but also for the author. You see, for the reader, you can read a single short story every day since we are all so pressed for time these days. For the author, you can cover a wide range of issues and have different sets of characters all in one book. Even the tone of the stories can be different. Some can be dark, others are humorous, others are sensual. It can be different, and they can all be contained in a single work. And just as it is for the readers, it's a short story being short is easier for the author to write. I intend to continue writing short stories for the foreseeable future. I think it's a very interesting genre to be in. Thank you, dear viewers of The Voice Asian. It was my pleasure to talk to you today.